Hello, everybody. Assalamu alaikum from me, and good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Very grateful for this opportunity. Before we talk about skills, we should talk about what attitude is required. So the two words, social and entrepreneurship, both represent things that I believe, in my opinion, are not your average characteristics. Social comes from the heart. Entrepreneurship is a lot about courage to be something different compared with what the average job holder is. So I think more than skills, the first thing that you need is an attitude of compassion and an attitude of collaboration with the people around you. And the courage to start something up that may fail. There's equally as much chance of it succeeding as there is failing. Going a step further than that, in terms of skill, I think what is required is, number one, absolutely the best, the most elegant and mature communication skills. You need to be speaking with and communicating with all sorts of communities, which may or may not be literate to your level, which may or may not be capable to your level. And then you need to be speaking with academia, government, industry, intelligentsia, all of the people who hold the resources, the power, the intellect to be able to bring about a change. So really you're trying to bring about a change at the grassroots level, for people who may not be able to help themselves. That's the whole idea, right? So I think communication skills, and then the rest of the skills, I would say, are more varied. I'd let the other panelists speak about that. My own area of expertise is technology, specifically information technology.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Samina. It was wonderful hearing from you. And we can move towards Mr. Amar. Please go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Amar Jafri. I am a former law enforcement officer from Pakistan, and currently I am leading the initiative Digital Pakistan. So this is all about me. My entire experience is in cybersecurity, emerging technologies, and currently now in sustainable development goals. So I think in my local language we call it Jugaad. What is entrepreneurship? Jugaad. Anyone who can, I think the people understanding Urdu will understand it very well. So trying to do something different in a different way is called jugaad. So this is to my understanding, this is a broad definition of entrepreneurship. Actually, we had got an opportunity through internet to do all these things we are doing right now. I think plus 400 people are in this room and listening from different countries. So what is this? This is internet, right?
Right.
So we had a past of internet, we have the present of internet, but very soon we'll see the future of internet. So I think the social entrepreneurship is something linked with development of our society using the skill sets of entrepreneurship. To my understanding, any project of entrepreneurship which is not solving the community problem is not going to survive even. What to talk about scale up. So you just look at the past. In the last 10 years, you can see all those projects going on the top of the list who have solved some human problem, whether it is of health, education, empowerment. Now we are talking about climate change, gender balance, or all these things. So to my understanding, social entrepreneur is something which enables the entrepreneurs to solve the problems of human beings. I think we have passed an era. We have come from the stone coin to Bitcoin. We have entered into the era of school learning to now digitalized learning. We have come from the era of traditional medical services where we used to go to the doctors. Today we are talking about telemedicine. So this transformation has been through a limited scope and scale. But now, to my understanding, in next 2-3 years, based on emerging technologies, which include artificial intelligence, which include Internet of Things, which include blockchain, which include Industrial Revolution 4.0 and above, All these things are going to take us to the next stage at a very fast pace. So the social entrepreneurship need now to align itself with some global standards, because this has no more remained a world of countries with geographical borders. You can see the example of COVID. COVID affected everything. So that's how the internet is now enabling everybody without traditional borders. We had traditional borders, but now these virtual borders in which I can see students and entrepreneurs from different parts of the world. But now they are talking to each other. They are sharing their experiences. So, to my understanding, Sustainable Development Goals have provided us an opportunity to work together. In Pakistan, I am heading an organization called SDG Academy of Pakistan. So, what we are doing in Pakistan, we are trying to link locally, regionally, and globally. And if all of you understand SDGs, these are total 17 SDGs, starting from 1 and 2 for hunger and poverty, 3 for health, 4 for education, 5th for gender balance, 6 for clean drinking water. So the first 6 are meeting the basic needs of human beings. And above that, for example, 7 is talking about the renewable energy, which is solar energy. 8 is talking about the decent work. 9 is talking about blah, blah, blah. So every SDG we are talking about today has some projects which solve the needs of human beings. So I would like all youth sitting here to have their education based on SDGs projects. For example, when you study in university, at the end of your degree, you have to complete a project which we call FYP, final year project. Normally, students pick the final year project based on the lacking of the teacher, lacking of the friends, or lacking of the brother or sister. It shouldn't be like this. You should pick up a project which is going to solve the problem of human beings. So these SDGs are on a broader scale are solving the problem of human beings. Unluckily, we are not preparing the leaders of 21st century. Our teachers, our universities are teaching what they know. I think they should teach the students what is their demand in the future. We should have demand-driven education. In Pakistan, we have started a project which is called University Plus. This project is aiming to prepare the 21st century leaders of Pakistan. Why? Because Pakistan needs entrepreneurship based on some social sustainability. You know why 90% of the new projects of the entrepreneurs fail? Because they do not address to a human need. So think that if your project is meeting a human need, it's bound to succeed. So like Samina, I would like to stop here. I would like to other speakers to speak.
I would like to know the views of our next speaker, Ms. Zareen.
So, answering the question, that Samina and Sir Amar have really added to it really well. I would just add to the part of skills that I feel that my experience working with social entrepreneurs has taught me is that communication is very important. Understanding the context is very important, but to understand your passion is also really important if you want to be in a social entrepreneur, because your passion drives your ability to really to create the change and to sustain yourself and sustain your motivation. What I've seen and what I've really hope that everyone really works on is your emotional resilience. I feel that is a very underrated skill a social entrepreneurship doesn't stand, because working and creating change is a very exhaustive process. And I feel that it's very easy being a young person to be feeling burdened and then to get lost in opportunities. So if you have the passion and you have the emotional resilience resilience in you, you can then sustain yourself and be motivated to create whatever change that you want to create. So I'll end on that.